Well, welcome everyone. Here we are with Tanya Champagne, candidate for Ward 5 in the upcoming municipal elections. Tanya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, your background, and what led you to run for council in 2014?
Most definitely. I'm born and raised here in Timmins. I did leave for post-secondary for a couple years. I was in the city of Windsor, but came back to Timmins and have made Timmins my home since. Um, Back in high school, I sat on the student council at Terrio, so I was a council member there. And since then, have been involved in our community since the age of 14 with different communities, organizations, different board of directors, ranging anywhere from a vice president to treasurer to secretary to different roles, both here in Timmins and while I was away in Windsor.
What do you believe should be the top two or three priorities for the new council?
Um, as I've said often, affordable housing is crucial to Timmins. There are many people who are looking for apartments, for houses, and as much as there are a lot available, they aren't affordable to people. It is taking up a lot of their monthly income. So ensuring that there is affordable housing for everyone in Timmins is definitely one of my priorities. Um, the tax system and our services, ensuring that everyone who is paying taxes are getting the services that they're paying for. And I've been asked many times if I would look at the idea of a tiered tax system to accommodate people who are in the outskirts of Timmins as well as people who are on a fixed income, and that is something that I'm definitely willing to look at, to entertain if elected to council. And of course, tourism. Timmins is a beautiful city. As much as we have four seasons, sometimes it doesn't always look that way. We have four wonderful seasons that we can take complete advantage of. We have a prospering kayak challenge during the summer. We have a rib fest during the summer. We've recently brought back snowcross, but there is no reason why we can't offer more to our residents, as well as bringing in people, whether it be another snowmobile competition, the skiing, whether it be downhill or cross country, canoeing, uh, snowshoeing, you name it, we can do it, and we can put Timmins back on the map as well as any other northern community.
If elected, what priority would you like to see addressed in Ward 5 specifically?
Ward 5 would definitely benefit from the downtown core being beautified and being repopulated. Unfortunately, many businesses in the downtown core have been shutting their doors for various reasons. Making the downtown more accessible, including parking, having more parking for the residents and the citizens who are utilizing the services downtown, and looking at why all these businesses have been closing their doors and seeing if there's not something that as a council or as a community that we can do to ensure that our downtown is revitalized.
Many candidates and taxpayers in this campaign have spoken about this being an election of change. What changes would you like to see on council and at City Hall?
Change is definitely something that I've heard from many people, and it is quite obvious in the amount of people who've decided to run for council this year, a lot of them being new people who've never put their names forward before, including myself. So I think we're just at a time now where we feel, not just as the people running, but as a community, that there is potential for change, and that the citizens of Timmins are speaking out, and it's showing in the people who are running. So change in order of people who are sitting at the council table with fresh ideas, new ideas, change in the way events have been run or the way decisions have been made or the way um, communication has been between city and residents. All those are key elements for our residents, and they're always questioning. So it's time for change that way in order for the residents of Timmins to feel like the council is working for them.
Ward 5 includes the downtown core, and many business people operating in that part of town are wondering what the new council will try to do to increase the amount of traffic in the downtown core.
I have received that question also from a concerned citizen, and I think the big issue is parking. So I would be willing to entertain the idea and visit the idea of having a parking garage in the downtown area for people who work downtown. That way they're guaranteed a parking spot. They know where their vehicle is. They're paying to park there, but they're not taking away from the parking spaces that are downtown. And then looking at different parking options, looking at what other communities have done. Some communities have limited free parking, let's say the first hour. That way there are people who just need to stop downtown to run into the bank for 5-10 minutes, aren't circling looking for a meter, who don't have change, because we all know many of us don't have cash on us anymore. We are in the days of debit cards, credit cards. So ensuring that there are some spaces downtown that are limited free parking, and that would allow people, oh, I have an hour, I only need 10 minutes in the bank, but since I have time, let me go check out this store next door that I never have time because I've only put 10 minutes in the meter. So I think working a parking system that would be beneficial to everyone is crucial.
Now it's time for our rapid fire questions where we get to know the candidates a little better outside of their political opinions. What three living individuals that you have never met would you like to go out for dinner with?
Oh boy. Temple Grandin.
What book should every person read in their lifetime?
Any anything about autism really. Um, the Voice of Carly is the one that I just finished, and I strongly believe that anyone who is intrigued about autism, knows someone with autism or anything like that, should definitely take a look at that book because it will erase a lot of myths.
What has been your favorite travel destination?
I have had the opportunity to travel all of Northern Ontario. That has truly been my favorite just because it really gave me a better idea of what's in our own community. But I must say I've also truly enjoyed my trip to the Bahamas this past summer, and as well as the province of Quebec. Just it gave me a really good perspective of what everything and everyone has to offer.
What one or two items would people be surprised to see on your bucket list?
Skydiving and bungee jumping. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm terrified of heights, but that's on my bucket list.
And that concludes this episode of the 2014 Candidates for Council interview series presented by Speaking of Timmins.